what are the standards that, and this will be a very individual reply, I know, that you have perhaps, I mean, of course, we all in our heads think that we are fair, but outwardly, what are some of the lines that you would draw? What would it be? I wouldn't review a friend's film.
I wouldn't make friends.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah. No, seriously, I wouldn't make friends in the film industry.
I'm not.
Yeah. Absolutely not.
He wasn't singling you out. This is not over.
Are you breaking up? Are you breaking up with me on a round table?
On a round table. I did not like the sandwiches. It's over now.
That's outstanding. I will not make friends.
I don't think it's that simple. I mean, I have acquaintances
And
who make
friends.
films and friends who make films.
And you've written scripts and dialogues and
exactly.
And stuff.
So I mean, obviously, someone I'm working with, I won't review or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the other times, I guess I just go out and call it like it is, and it's cost me relationships and it's cost me friends in that sense. So okay, this wasn't as good to begin with. So that's all right. I mean, at this point, if people, I'm often asked, how many people do you piss off, regularly? And I said, since I've pissed off everyone already, by now everyone knows that I'm okay pissing off everyone. So it's okay, whatever.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is, there are people I knew before I came to Bombay who are all working in the films, and that I can't avoid because those were friends, who wanted to be filmmakers. They were young, went to college with me, school and stuff like that. Those are different, and those are not my friends anymore for some reason, because this is bizarre, right? So here's this guy who's telling me that, I lifted this movie and
I've lost them.
Yeah, you can't help it. Because they genuinely expect you to be their friend when you're writing a review. It's very hard for them to see this job as for what it is.
Sure.
And it's very hard for me to explain to them either.
Yeah.
I mean, if I were in their shoes, I would think the same. Like, what's up with you? Like, it's my movie. You went and, trashed it. Right? So, since it's so hard for me to explain that, I would rather, not become really good friends with filmmakers in that sense.
You don't tackle it, you've tried to tackle it.
Yeah, I mean, if I have any prior knowledge about a film, if there's a film, if I've read the script, if I know anything about it, anything at all about the film before it comes out, then I don't touch it because it's a project I'm aware of. If I have a friend who's making the film and who's showing me a trailer of the film before he's shown anyone else, I obviously have a certain knowledge of the film, and then I don't touch that.
Rajiv?
But everything else, I mean, there are too many people. Yeah.
I don't think it's so hard. I don't think it's so hard. I mean, I don't have too many friends sort of who make films. There may be people who work in films, and I have run that same risk. I mean, I have been in situations where friends have been upset and will not talk to you for years. But that's
till
hard.
the next
It's my
film comes
job.
out.
Till the next film comes out. That's exactly as it is. But I don't think it's so hard. I mean, I have friends who have made films, and I haven't liked them, and I haven't given them good reviews. And you realize, if they're friends beyond beyond the critical filmmaker relationship, then they understand that that's your job. And I don't. It's also what we tend to forget is while if they're upset and if they feel that how could you. I mean, I'm also judging you as a filmmaker, I mean, you're a terrible filmmaker. I mean, I'm not judging you. I mean, I'm seeing you as a friend outside of the fact that you're a terrible filmmaker. So, I mean, I don't think it's so hard. I mean,
No, actually, I was talking more about an outward perception, a sort of, would you say that supposing if you were accused of a certain bias, if it was coming from any sort of, okay, I don't have this bias, but I can understand why someone would feel this, would you assume a higher moral responsibility and say, okay, fine, the perception is also important. It's not just my conscience.
It is important. I tell you, for me, of course, I don't review anything Vinod directs, produces, anybody. I mean, that's a given. And it surprised me with Ferrari Ki Savari, how many people wrote to me saying, but you should have. And I'm like, don't you see it? It's a conflict of interest, I mean, but they don't. But the point is, even in perception, I would never, if I'm on Twitter, talk about his films or at least publicly, it's a church and state separation.
Right.
It has to be. I can't be saying, oh, look, so-and-so's home right now listening to this script. It can't be that. Yeah. But not for everybody. I mean, why do these guys have to do it? I'm just in a very weird kind of position. I have always been completely honest with what I feel about a film.
Yeah.
But
I was talking about perception.
And I've offended people hugely. You know, people who work with Vinod, people I meet, you know, all our kids in the same damn school. I meet these people on parents' sports day and drama day and this day, you know, and I'm slinking in the corner.
And you say it's not messy, and she says it's not messy.
She's
But you
stronger.
know, you have to keep it clear in your head. You can't. I think you can't. Because then that's all you have is your credibility. I mean, finally, what else do you have as a film critic?